the research work we do or all the publications we do, ultimately we get satisfaction when we teach students and when we get to know that okay, someone is getting benefited or educated. It gives us a kind of pleasure, right? So that is why we are all here. So this particular session today is going to be a non-technical session. It's like not relevant to biofuels and things like that. It is like teaching methodology, because we have I think 3 sessions with respect to teaching methodology, and this first session I will be taking about multi-literacy pedagogy. So what is multi-literacy? So if you could just see this, just looking at the images, you could see happily listening to songs, listening, reading, speaking. So these are all the various countries, right? So they get to see people with different social background. They have their own mother tongue, they have their own culture, heritage. So students need to get along with them and need to have effective learning methodology. That is the basic idea of this multi-literacy as such. So even as teachers, like our responsibility is not to just see now school particular they say CAT 10 times they used to repeat. Other class board they will be writing, we'll be copying it down, dictate and that will be the methodology that we all followed when we were in school and things like that. But now that is not the case. We need benefit. So that is why this multi-literacy came into existence. So as I was telling, in a community gets benefited. So it creates an awareness of knowledge to the students and effective engagement with the students. See, எப்பவுமே ஒரு effective engagement ரொம்ப முக்கியம். நமக்கு சின்ன வயசுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா எந்த சப்ஜெக்ட் பிடிக்கும்னா எந்த மேம் ரொம்ப பிடிக்குமோ இல்ல எந்த சார் ரொம்ப பிடிக்குமோ we like these, we start liking that particular subject. Similarly, இன்னொரு சப்ஜெக்ட் ஒரு attachment இருக்காது because we won't have the personal connect with the faculty. So I always believe in that. So our teaching methodology always gives a personal connect. Different methodology we follow. It gives a personal connect with the students. So ultimately they start liking the subject, and obviously the learning outcome will be better. So what is the importance of pedagogy in teaching is, first thing, as you all know, improve quality of learning. The syllabus they will be very good in visual interpretation. Visually, if they see something, they will pick up things better. Certain students will be like very good at listening. So by listening certain information or something, things like that, they will be able to understand it better and express it better in a better way. So following this multi-literacies in the teaching methodology, obviously it gives a very good quality improvement and students more receptive during their learning sessions. So if we have a different methods of teaching like listening, speaking, writing, reading, everybody will be interested and everybody will be attracted to that particular class. They will be waiting, okay, when the class is going to happen. That is what is there. That too, now people are more into social media. So they expect a lot of different things. They already know a lot of things and they expect the same from we teachers, whether we are able to give them properly and things like that. Especially when I take these language classes, students are they are facing problem in English. That is the main thing. Most of the campus when they come, they are asking for good communication. But students, they have a lot of knowledge. But the thing is, they are not able to deliver something properly in English. That is the area where they face problem. So for that, using this listening methodology is very, very effective. Why I am telling is like our mother tongue almost from Tamil படிச்சோங்க. நம்ம எப்படி நம்ம mother tongue கத்துப்போம்? யாரும் நமக்கு இலக்கணம் இலக்கியம் உட்கார்ந்து சொல்லி கொடுக்கல. How we learn our mother tongue? It's only through listening. அத வீட்ல சின்ன குழந்தையா இருக்கிறதுல இருந்தே like our parents would have been speaking. பாட்டி எல்லாம் வீட்ல இருக்காங்க, அவங்க பேசுவாங்க. So அவங்க அம்மா அப்பா கிட்ட சொல்லுவாங்க, நம்ம எடுத்துவா சொல்லுவாங்க. So when we are child, நம்ம ஒரு language நம்மளோட தாய் development of higher cognitive skills. Any skills which is related to brain. Brain involved whatever activities we perform is called as cognitive skills. So some students they will be very good at drawing. Some students, as I said, they will be very good at listening. So giving them various activities based on their interests and with the knowledge they already have. That is the main purpose of this multiliteracy. Any this doubts or anything? Yeah, okay, fine. So this is the actual essence of this multiliteracy. So as I said, traditional way of teaching, it's like sir they'll ask one of the students to read the entire paragraph and they'll be giving the meaning for that. So that is the traditional way of teaching. And the follow the way of teaching is like they'll be reading it out and one person will be, or the faculty member will be telling the meaning of it, and students one by one they'll get up and read over paragraph, next paragraph, next paragraph. That was the methodology we had, but now it's not going to work out. For this current situation, students have various social media, like they blog, they see, they use WhatsApp, they use Facebook, they use YouTube, they use Instagram, and students start learning from all this. We cannot stop them from all the social media. That too, in this particular situation, after all these online classes, we cannot stop them. If we give them a book to read, it is difficult for them. That too, especially college students, like I've seen, if we tell them, okay, this is the material for the exam, take a printout of it, take Xerox of it, but nobody does. Ma'am, phone la padiyala student. Phone la padchada enakku vandu puriyudhu. Phone la padchada enakku manasile irukku. Book la vaandama. But what we used to do, we will always be taking Xerox of it. I still remember in my college days, point apdiye class la 50 perku 50 Xerox full ah potu we will be distributing and then we will be studying. But now that is not the scenario. They don't want hard copies now. That it has changed. But I would always say reading books is very, very important for a student. But now it has totally changed. So we need to change. I'm not telling you we need to totally change the teaching methodology, but like hybrid mode, how our activities happening both online and offline, we need to encourage students to be in a hybrid mode. Use books also, at the same time looking for YouTube videos, looking for various animated videos, especially those things are working out. They say like even if we tell them for 1 hour video put paarunga, they won't see. For 10 minutes they see, then they feel like you bored, you took over. Some reasons like, but other things they all they see, all movies for a long time they see. But if we tell a particular concept and ask them to look at and look into that particular part, they won't have that interest. So what we could do is like just a 5 to 10 minutes animated video of whatever concept. I'm talking both in case of language as well as biotechnology field or whatever field we are working in. So those kind of 5 to 10 minutes video along with a study material, a hybrid mode of teaching is preferred nowadays, which will be effective as well as like they will also create an interest towards the subject when they visually see what is happening. That is why we take students for all this industrial visits and things like that. That also come under this multiliteracy pedagogy. Okay, so just to talk about the technical part of it, this multiliteracy pedagogy is designed to engage the learner through focusing on their background and interest. What is the main purpose of this particular multiliteracy pedagogy? The various processes that we drawing mind maps for the concept and making the students, you know, to relate things related to that particular concept. Those comes under creativity. So creativity lies in all the subjects, not only language, not only biotech, not only IT, not only chemical. So this creativity is essential for all the subjects that we do take classes. And again, talking and doing. So whenever a student is able to learn something, the best thing is to make him to talk about that particular topic. That is the main importance of giving seminar to students. Right? We give them seminar topics, make them perform. So our teaching methodology should be such that it should incorporate all these things. That is the main motto of this multilingual. So it should have linguistic, audio-visual, visual, all perspective when we teach students, so that we create an interest in a student in learning a particular subject. And so that particular student should think that we should not miss this class. Okay, we'll have different activities to perform. Okay, that is the main importance of this multilingual. So again, it's the same approach encourages a broader perspective of students as a learner and values diverse ways of knowing. For a particular thing, there is no one particular method. We have diverse ways. That too in current situation we have so many ways of knowing a particular thing. Like we can ask someone to describe about that, or we can read a book and know about that. We can watch a video and know about that. We can listen to something related to that, some podcasts, something like that. So we have different ways. This multiliteracy helps a student to gain knowledge on the same concept with different methodology. So we'll never forget. Never forget that concept. At the same time, we'll never forget that language as well. So that is the importance of it. And again, it encourages us as educators to see the whole person and to make judgments through this broader lens. So, for a student, for a classroom, as I said, not a single kind of person. Different people, different students from different background and different social, things like they come. So this helps us to have a broader view of the students who are sitting in the class and help them to learn better. Can I just know like what methodology you use for teaching students? What kind of methodology? Just similarly, so many are there. I thought we just have it as an interactive vision. So, methodology use
Mostly PowerPoints, okay, some activity based, some group discussions we give, okay, some case studies we give animations and simulations we give, okay, seminars, quizzes.
So, I think the OP coordinator in our college. So, network some of the steps. So, the last 2 years we have some different methodologies. First of all, we have conventional teaching. Then we simply started with blended teaching, and then we started to have scripted model. So, we teach the classes before the recording. We listen to the students. After that, we don't teach it. We simply put a test. So, after that, we will have a teaching system. So, what we have seen is how the performance is changed. Students preferable for us. Like that, we emphasize in one of the batches of the program. Then we have nowadays what we are doing. We are having a student-centric assessment. So we conduct a course. So what type of assessment you would prefer? Like because we are deemed universities, so we are in around 20 groups for other components. So what type of assessment you are preferring? And the reason for that. So based on the code only we are selecting. So it gives some sort of flexibility. Okay, we are not going in a conventional way. So what is the students like about this, and what are the things they can able to reciprocate like the learning and different classes? Some of the things.
Somebody like to add on? Okay. So these are the methods, and if you talk, for example, if I am taking some environmental science classes, like we take students to some field study where they are looking, but this they have been doing. We are in this multi-literacy. One is the situated practice, that is like learning with real life experience. For example, no student or concept whatever related to the concept, whatever he has used in his real life. So we first we are supposed to tell them like how it is connected to the real life, how you are connected to this particular concept in your real life. So that is the main idea of situated practice. And overt instruction is again like the next slide is more clear. I'll tell you what is overt instructions and all. Again, like critical framing is correlating in the sense like comparing two things and analyzing that, and finally transform practice is how you apply. So we have all these Bloom's taxonomy, right? Analyze, apply. In college we have course outcomes and program outcomes where we have all these things. But how we introduce all this personally to a student in a classroom situation is actually very important. I'll just tell it with an example so that it will be better to understand. For example, if you take situated practice, it is like observing, connecting with the text. Which means like whenever we are taking a topic, we take them to industrial visit, we ask students to do internship, implant training. So those things come under situated practice where students will have some knowledge on that and then will start to proceed. And next is again reducing, sorting and contrasting. Like with respect to that particular concept, how we could sort different things so that it makes learning more effective. And this critical framing is again comparing and like different ideologies that a student gets from different fields and different videos of that particular concept. And